Doona episode 9 starts with Wonjun and Doona meeting and staring at each other. The scene then cuts to Wonjun having trouble sleeping. He is thinking of his conversation with Doona regarding going back to music. He also painfully remembers Park's words. Meanwhile, Doona makes her comeback through a solo career. Wonjun moves out of the house but still texts Doona through her old line. He updates her on what he has been up to through the messages. Days turn into months, and they are barely in contact as each of them move on with their lives. How do Doona and Wonjun break up? After starting her solo career, Doona sneaks out to meet with Wonjun. She explains why she has not been responding to his calls. Her old phone was taken from her, and she could not contact him. She explains that it might take some time, but she wants them to continue dating. She figures once she is established enough, no one will care if news of dating life comes out. She is sure they can make it work as long as they have each other. Unfortunately, Wonjun is of a different opinion. He is thinking about his military enlistment and the future. He doesn't believe they can make it and wants to end the relationship. His response crushes Doona. She tells him she was fighting, holding on because she believed in them. She wonders why they can't date when she is now a star. She was sure she wanted Wonjun in her life and didn't understand what had changed between them. She faults him for pushing her to go back. He had promised to be there through it all. She calls him out for abandoning her, just like everyone else in her past. She gets on a train, and Wonjun breaks down as he watches her walk away. What happens after the breakup? Doona focused on her career and started doing really well. Wonjun went to the military and later got a job after finishing school. He occasionally met with the other friends from the old house. Yara and Younghoon always welcomed him at their place. Yes, the two ended up dating. Jinju traveled to Brazil and remained friends with Doona. Yoontae became a relationship expert and would hold classes encouraging people to find love. The years dragged by, and it seems Doona and Wonjun can't forget each other. One evening, the gang, except Doona, met up to say goodbye to the house since it was being sold. After the party, Wonjun returns to get his jacket, which he accidentally left behind, and is surprised to see Doona there. Do Wonjun and Doona get back together? After accidentally running into each other at the house, Doona and Wonjun head out for drinks. As expected, Wonjun is casual but cold towards her. He doesn't even listen to her music either. Doona is heartbroken and returns home, crying her heart out. She cannot take his casual, cold demeanor towards her, so she visits him at his place. She confronts him for giving up on her and asks him to apologize. She says she is doing well and is healing. Wonjun tries to keep his aloof and cold stance but ultimately breaks down. He admits he was wrong to let her go. She asks him to say he regrets it, and he does. He begs her to leave, but she refuses. They tearfully hug and confess they miss each other. How does Doona end? Doona has an ambiguous ending since we don't know if they made up only to part ways. We only see Wonjun heading to his big interview the next day. He gets the job while Doona continues to work. They randomly nearly run into each other when they are both in Japan for work, bringing this series to a close. The episode review. Although the ending seems ambiguous, I think it is safe to say that these two ended up together. After they reconciled, they likely decided to keep their relationship a secret for the sake of Doona's career. Looking closely at the beginning of the episode, Doona and Wonjun meet and simply look at each other. It is possible this was Wonjun's dream, or they really met after they made up. Either way, ambiguous endings are so frustrating. Why do these writers want to give us a headache by making us overthink? Let us know which ending you would have preferred and what you liked about the show. Do you think Doona and Wonjun deserve another chance?